My dear friends, do you agree with Mr. Brian Wilson of Beach Boys fame that Across the Universe is the best song they ever wrote? I'm not sure, certainly in my top 5. Either way, I'm going to show you how to play it. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jackaroo, nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Etc. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful song. Right. If you want to learn how to play it, then download your free idiot-proof paperwork, which you will find by clicking the blue link after the blurb underneath this video. All right, if you don't see it immediately, click the more button and you'll find it after that. Okay, so click that and we'll get stuck in. It's not a difficult song to play, but it is a beautiful song to play. All right, so we need to learn this one. So the first thing you'll see when you've downloaded your stuff or you're looking at it on the screen is, just turn this down, is this. These are the chords that we're going to need to get our heads around in order to play it. Nothing too difficult. All right, let's go over them. So before we do that, thank you very much again for those very kind people out there that have sent donations to the channel to pay for my tea and coffee. All right, and biscuits now. So thank you for that. There's a thanks button at the bottom if you want to donate to the channel. It's good that, because it gives me a bit more time to do these things, you know, because if you earn a few quid doing that, and I've got more time to do things like this, so thank you for that. Excellent. All right, so more importantly though, thumbs up please. Please do the thumbs up and subscribe, and get your friends to subscribe if they've not done so. And share the hell out of all my stuff. It's free, it's yours, you can do with it as you want. Once I've put it up there, you know, it's all my work, so you feel free to share it however you like. Right, let's have a look at these chords. You'll see that we've got a D, nice easy D. Now whenever you're playing D, for those beginners that may be watching this, which you probably are, try not to strike the bass string. I'm using a 12 string only because I've detuned it. Tell you what I'll do, I'll use the 6 string. Bear with me, bear with me. Stay there. Stay there, I'll use this. This puts it in the same key as you lot out there now. Why did I use the 12 string detuned? Because I can't sing it in the original key. So I tuned my 12 string to a standard detuning, which is like 2 frets lower than your norm. All right, but I'll use this so if you want to play along with me now. All right, so we've got a D. We have a B minor. All these are written down so you can't cock it up. Look at page 1. We have an F sharp minor 7th. And this, you'll notice that finger 4, there's a little circle around it. That's because it's going to go on and off the 3rd string. All right, get the F sharp minor 7th first, and then worry about that. Then we've got an E minor 7th, which we can play in 2 ways. We can either play it with like a full E minor, and then your little finger playing the 2nd string at the 3rd fret, or we can just use the 5th string at the 2nd. And the little finger there, it's up to you. Either way, I tend to use both. Then we have an A 7th, a nice simple A 7th. Right. Then we've got a G minor, 3rd fret. We've got a straight forward A, a G, and then an A 7th with an added 7th. It's the same A 7th that we've just played before. Little finger on the 1st string though, on the 1st string of the 3rd fret, and he uses that. John Lennon, he used to, if he had more lyrics, then he would add a couple of beats or a beat so they could fit him in. You know, he didn't care about whether it was musical or not. Of course it was, but he just added it in. So on the 5th beat sometimes of this A7th, he puts that little finger on. We'll get to that. And then of course you've got a straight E minor. All right, so that's They're the chords that you need. You'll find them all on there. All right. Now, what makes this song catch the ear, if you like? It's that introduction. It's that beautiful intro. Now, you should be on to page 2 now. And this is where your idiot-proof stuff comes in. So for those people new to the channel, I've got another couple of thousand this month, so thanks for joining me. Idiot-proof, what does it mean? Well, this clearly is your fingerboard. When you see your string numbers here marked thus, there's that cool word again, anything in a bracket, so for example here 3 and 1, you will play those two strings together, and anything that isn't in a bracket, you'll play that particular string or whatever, or strings individually. All right, so 3 and 1 as we see here on this first shape, and then a 4, and of course you just put your fingers wherever it's telling you to on the fingerboard. In this case, the 2nd fret, finger 2 here and finger 3 here, and we will play. Now, this one of the reasons I don't like my students to hold their pleck with their hand like a ball is because of what we're about to do now. We're going to use our pleck on the 3rd string, but we need to also use our 2nd finger to play the 1st string, like so. Okay, see that? And then we're going to hit the 4th string. If you're used to doing that, you're going to become unstuck. All right, so there's a reason why I like to keep the fingers out like this. So 3 and 1 to the 4th, and then slide it up. So your 1st finger, when you get to there, your second finger will stay on the string. That will move up to the 11th fret, which is the one behind the 2 dots, obviously, and then your 1st finger will drop to the 1st string at the 10th fret, and you'll do the same thing again. 3 and 1 to the 4th. Pay attention to this 2nd finger, this one here. Notice the way it doesn't leave the string. Okay, we've got this movement going on. Then we take this finger to the 9th fret with this nice convenient dot to remind us where that is, and we will put our 3rd finger back on 1st string at the 9th fret also. And it says just 3 and 1 here, so we'll play those 2 notes together because they're in a bracket. Then we're going to play the same 2 notes, or sorry, the same 2 strings, but this time at the 7th fret. We know that because next to the thing it's got the 7th, obviously. Let's play that bit. So we've done that. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Okay, where are we? Okay, now page 3. Finger 1 will now play at the 5th fret. Finger 2 has moved to the 6th, and you're going to play 3 and 1, and then your little finger will drop onto the 2nd string at the 7th fret. Okay, you can see that quite clearly on the paperwork. There it is there. You've got your 3 and 1, and it tells you that this finger will drop onto there. You'll notice something's going to happen because I put a circle around it. Okay, so let's do that little one again. So we're at the 5th fret. So all the singly note bits are now done. And I always like to do an upstroke on that last note. Why? Because I'm going to be strumming down from now on. Look on your paperwork, you've got a bar, you've got an F sharp minor 7th, played like this. Okay, look at the paperwork, it's all there, you can't cock it up. And you'll notice underneath the paperwork, it's got arrows pointing down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you know, there's a circle around those ands, and you'll be thinking, what the hell is all that about? Okay, when you see this here, what does that mean? Well, what that means is every time you say an and, your little finger, your 4th finger, will drop on to your 3rd string at the 4th fret, and it'll sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Start to hear it now, and then we'll go to an A, but we won't play an A like this. We'll play an A like this for the intro. We must make sure we don't hit the 1st string though. Okay, why are we playing it like that and not like this? Because similarly, good word, don't ask me how to spell it, we're going to be dropping our 3rd finger onto the 3rd string again in the same way we just did on the F sharp minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's play those 2 bars, the F sharp minor to the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and chord D, which is the beginning of our first verse. Should we play that intro again one more time, nice and slow? I've also put the beats under here in the single note stuff. I'll count the beats out as I do it. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and words, and then into the song. Now I will be singing much of this song now because I'm using my 6-string guitar, which is tuned to standard E tuning. So you've already heard the demo of me doing it. So let's have a look at page 4 now. Now pages 4 and 5 and 6. This is an exact layout of the song as the Beatles did it. All right, exactly the same. All right, and all the information that we need to play all this, we've already done it. Okay, so let's look. Now, a couple of little things I want you to pay attention to. When you look at this, you will see the bars indicated thus. Okay, now what does that mean when it's got, can you see 5 and? Well, as I said to you before, sometimes you'll add an extra beat to the bar to fit another word in. So whenever you see that, which is it's got 5 beats instead of your normal 4, you will just add that. I'll explain. That's what it means. So anything in red means there's something different. When you see the D and the B minor in red, that's because this particular bar is split between 2 chords, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and anything that's just normal black. It's just 1 bar. Every time you see a chord written down, you'll play it, okay? You'll play 1 bar on it, all right? And I've laid this out so you can't get lost. In most music books, it assumes that you know how many beats you're supposed to play or where the chords come in, which, of course, if you're starting off, you've got, why would you know? So this will solve that problem for you. So we've done the intro riff at the top, as it says, see pages 1 and 2, which we've just played, whatever it was, and we know our beats to the bar, 4 normally, except for those little bits. So our first verse, words are flowing out like, words are flowing out like endless 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I do all downstrokes on this because I want to allow myself to be able to play, as it gets going into the chorus. I don't like playing it like this. It's all right if you've got a band playing, and I think he may do that, but I don't. If you're playing it on your own, you want more control. All right, trust me. 1 and 2 and B minor to your F sharp minor 7th. We will do that. Da dee da 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 da. E minor 7th. Da da dee da da da. Now you've got your A 7th here, and it says 5 beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. Whenever he does the 5 and, he always puts what's called an added 7th. What does that mean? Well, there's your normal A7. An added 7th means you just add your little finger to the first string at the 3rd fret. So I'll sing that bit here. Slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. And it just gives it that little shift. And then Pools of Sorrow, D, B minor, F sharp minor 7th, possessing and E minor 1 and 2 and, tells you there's only 2 beats on that, possessing anchor, and then to G minor, resting me. Okay, that's the verse. Let's do it again. I'll do it slowly. I'm not going to sing it. D, B minor, F sharp minor 7th, E minor 7th, A7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and D, B minor, F sharp minor 7th, E minor, 2 beats, G minor. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow Okay, we got that. Then we go into the chorus, Ja Guru Deva Om. What does it mean? I have no idea. I don't know whether John Lennon had any idea. You know, it's when they were in India he wrote this, so presumably it means something spiritual. Who knows? It's beautiful anyway, whatever it is, whatever it means. So we've got, now this is dead simple, this bit. You've got D's, A's and G's, so it's first lesson stuff, isn't it? You know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, you will notice when I did my demo, I did some little movements on the A. So, Jago Deva. You know, when that choral thing comes in on the record, which McCartney hated. I quite like it really, but I can understand his irritation that somebody puts stuff all over their records without permission. We've got, all I'm doing on that A, I'll do that again, D. Straight D's, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm just playing that little A sus 4 at the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. And I'll put, if I'm on a D, tinkering around, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just to give it a little bit of something while there's nothing going on. Don't forget, when we're playing on one guitar with no band, you know, we are the band. We have to embellish it in a few ways. So I'm just putting like D sus 4, D sus 2, back on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so it goes on. Images of Broken Light, exactly the same as the other one. You'll see the 5 beats in there, the chorus Ja Guru Deva as we've just played. Page 6, we've got again the exactly the same. There's nothing, no surprises, and at the very end it just plays the chorus out. Now, when you look at the end section of page 6 here, you know, obviously you can't fade it out, can you? obviously. So well, you could, but you know, it won't work. You need to try and put an ending on it. You could sort of go, so no change my world. And so we got. Now I wouldn't do that. If I was going to do this, it's the only cover alternative radio my band ever did was Across the Universe, which I think is bloody good. Go and listen to it. Across the Universe, alternative radio's version. The way, if I was going to do it live, I would, instead of doing that end section which sort of meanders a bit, which is great and we've already heard it, I would put the intro back on. So I would sort of go, nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. And then you'll accept the applause with grace and just a hint of smuggery. Okay, now look, that's Across the Universe. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. And as I say, Brian Wilson, who's a musical genius, he I was watching an interview the other day with him, and they had to choose their favourite Beatles songs, and that was his favourite one. He said to him, that was it, you know, that was the best one that they did, in his opinion. I don't think it's, you know, it's up there in my top 5 of Beatles songs, you know. It's a beautiful song, without a doubt. But then again, when you listen to Eleanor Rigby and Yesterday, you know, you think, well, hang on a minute. You know, they've done so many, haven't they? You can't choose. It's so difficult, and it's great with the Beatles because, you know, what sets them apart from any other band, in my opinion, is their album tracks are as popular with the public around the world as their singles. Most bands, their singles are well known, and not many people know what album tracks. I mean, if you ask me what these album tracks were on the Joshua Tree, I'd say I don't have no idea. or ABBA, I wouldn't know. I had no idea. Somebody said, "You know Norwegian Wood?" You said, "Of course I do." Why? It's, you know, but yet it was on a bloody Beatles album, wasn't it? It's just, you know, and yet they're Beatles album tracks as famous as their singles. That's what sets them apart from every other band in history. Okay, right. So there you have it, across the universe. I'm going to do a couple of Christmas songs. Don't laugh. Over the next couple of weeks. So look out for them, because it's not too early to do them, because you've got to learn them. So I'm going to do one on Wednesday, nice easy one, which is probably the most famous, or one of the most famous Christmas songs in the world. You'll find out what that is on Wednesday, and I'll do another one on Saturday. All right, so look out for those two. In the meantime, enjoy this track, and remember, share everything. Again, thank you very much for the donations to the channel. If you want to donate, there's a thanks button at the bottom, and it pays for the tea and coffee and all the other bits and pieces. All right, so thank you for that. But thumbs up please on the thing, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Okay, thank you very much. It's pissing with rain here, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to think of something. I'm going to annoy someone. Until then, till next time, see you soon. Bye bye.